Peace. What's good, family? Drinking out of my king mug today. We talking with kings, black dads. Shout out to Big Heck. Thank you, sir. He said, peace, God, peace to the family, peace to you, Big Head. I mean, Big Head, Big Heck. Shout out to Karis Knopflin. Peace, fam. A1 Drizzy said B1. That's right. Kadbi Fatah Kusman. Okay. Drew Ford. I see you. Teacher Maria said, peace to your dogs. Why, thank you. That's Anubis right there. What up, God? Beautiful mind in the house. As you can see, my audio is in sync with my motherfucking video today. Oh, shit. We feeling great. We feeling great. How y'all feeling this afternoon? On this Wednesday afternoon? Y'all feeling great? That's what's up. Let's get it. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to the Godcast. I feel good today. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can see me. I almost considered just having to do like just audio, like where y'all just hear my voice and I'll let y'all see the guest or whatever. Or, you know what I mean? Because this shit was getting on my fucking nerves. But I think I kind of got to the bottom of it. So I cleared a lot of memory on my computer, as well as I'm making sure that I have nothing else running in the background. You know, a lot of times I'd be guilty of like, you know, I'd be making a beat or some shit and I'll still have the MPC program up while I'm doing a live stream or some shit. I'm thinking maybe that, you know, could be taken away from my processing power and all this type of shit. And so I'm just making sure there's no excuses, and it seems like everything's good. When I move my hands, it's in time, and just feeling good. Beautiful Mind says seeing you is better though. I know. No, I don't think it was the snow, Teacher Maria. It's definitely some shit that was going on technically, but I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure that my hard drive is, you know, that I put these episodes on a separate hard drive so it's not taking up processing power on my main computer. All right, listen, everybody, make sure you click that like button, click that share button right about now. You know, this is not one of our what's going on in you know, current event type shows. It's one of those shows where Lord J does what he does so well, which is bring you something or someone that I feel like you should be acquainted with. Okay, let me give my own self a round of applause for that. Yeah, like musically, I just be knowing. Like if I hear some shit, I just know. Visually, like filmmakers, I brought you the brothers from the Bantic show. Like, trust me, those guys are gonna be fucking big in the fucking future because I know real talent and shit when I see it. So this brother that I'm about to bring on in a few, I actually got introduced to him as a musician. And man, he's a hell of a musician. You know, he's a conscious artist, you know, but not just conscious for conscious sake, like he's really talented. And I mean, he could sing, he could rap, he plays instruments, plays the drums. Long story short, I did not know he was a filmmaker. So he sends me a movie that he did, tells me to check it out. It's called Black Daddy. I watched the film and I'm just like, wow. This is phenomenal. Like, this is really, really, really good. Very well put together, shot beautifully. You know, it just speaks to the man's talent. And the subject matter, you know, is definitely something that we can relate to here on this show. Me being a black dad. Many black dads here right now in the chat. And everyone here in the chat, most people who are original either are or have a black dad. So before I bring my brother on, I want to play the intro of the movie. Now, the link for the movie is in the description. It's available on Vimeo. I want you to go support the brother over there. But I'm gonna play a little piece just to get y'all acquainted about what this movie's about and how it's moving, and then I'm gonna bring the brother on. Let me set it up. Wait, is that correct? Oh no, here we are. There we go. Okay, let's go.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a dad. I'm going to tell the story from the father's point of view because it is often overlooked, and the assumption is that black fathers are not involved in their children's lives. Over the years, I've approached music and videos with tremendous intent on sharing a positive light on the black community who can stand to see better days.
It means a great deal of responsibility, you know. It means to be leaders. It means to be the narrative of our black children.
You know, I grew up in a two-parent household. Even my father, when they divorced, he was still around. So I try to instill that same love to my son, pass the torch, and let him carry on for the next generation.
I grew up in a single-parent home, and JD's parents were like the Cosby's for me, like going to JD's house and seeing what a nuclear family, like how they operate. Has really influenced me as a dad.
It's hoping that, you know, that the world that we live in doesn't, you know, put so much pressure on you that you're not effective. Being a black father is teaching your children how to maneuver and navigate around white supremacy.
From the movie Your Dad. And
Ben Drummer, Oakland, California, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. My reason for making this film is I really believe that Any of us can father a child, but it takes a real one to be a dad.
I think to be a black father in America is to be in a state of like joy and terror, you know.
Shot fired, male down, black male, maybe 20.
Trayvon Martin, an unarmed black teenager, was shot down by a white neighborhood watchman who claimed self-defense.
There's growing outrage over this video showing at least 2 police officers in Kenosha, Wisconsin with their guns drawn.
The man literally just grabbed him by his shirt and looked the other way, and we just showed him. With the kids in the back screaming.
We pause the video after he opens the door with his back to an officer, and these 7 shots can be heard.
Being a black father in America is hoping that you get to do it a long time.
Ode to the black father.
Statistics show we're likely to resist. A novelty is source, we cease to exist. Back in the day, we throw up the fist. Ever wonder what also the blueprint? Clarity's a rarity for some. Best day of my life was the birth of my son. Return of the Black King.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like y'all to welcome to the Godcast my brother, Dame Drummer. Peace, King.
Peace, bro. My brother. What a wonderful introduction, man. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're more than welcome. You're more than worthy of it, brother. Let me just first say phenomenal work, brother. Phenomenal work. I mean, I know I told you over the phone, but let me just tell you face to face as I can tell you, phenomenal work, bro. Like this, it really blew me away. Like when you said, "Oh, check out my movie," you know, I didn't really fully know what to expect. But it definitely superseded my expectations of just the quality, you know, the quality of it and just how it's put together like a real film. Like this is not no bullshit. Like this is not no bullshit. Yeah, shot on some iPhone type of shit, unless you're going to surprise me. But this ain't no iPhone shit. This is like real cameras and, you know, lighting and planning and all of that type of shit. So salute, brother, salute.
Yeah, man, appreciate that.
There we go.
Round of applause for the boy.
So how are you, my brother?
Man, I'm well, man. Life is good. Life is moving fast, man. I've been on a wild journey, you know, literally over like the last 10 years, man, you know, doing art and all that good stuff, man. And you know, life is good, man. Things are happening now.
So, you know, I got put on to you. I don't know how. I don't know. Maybe you sent me something. I don't know. Like what was this? The song Get What You Gave?
Yeah, I sent that to you about 3 years ago.
Wow, has it been 3 years already?
Uh-huh.
Get What You Gave. So I'm sure it's still on my page if they didn't take it down or some shit like that. Because we in the age where you might have just caught that just before the real hard censorship that's been going on right now.
I think so. Yeah.
Because I don't remember getting any flags or, you know, anybody wanting to fact check what you was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna test those waters right now by playing the video or anything like that. But
they know where to go get it. They can
just go check out Get What You Gave, and I'm telling you, the song it's a great song, very well written, it's thought-provoking at the least. So just tell me a little bit about your journey, where you're from, you know, and how we got here.
Man, I'm from Ohio, man. You know, the home of the funk, bro. Grew up around a lot of music.
Cleveland,
Ohio.
Cleveland.
You already know 216.
Okay.
And I grew up around a lot of music, man. A lot of influences, great music, great people, great neighborhoods, and you know, came up during that 80s, man. And we all know what the 80s was. It was beautiful and it was disastrous, you know, all at the same time. You know, survived the crack era with my family. You know, that was hard. Eventually went to school, ended up playing some pro ball overseas in France. After that, you know, end up.
Yeah, because you're quite a tall brother, huh? How tall are you?
6'8".
I kind of guesstimated that you were about 6'8".
Yeah, 6'8".
Yeah. And not to cut you off, but when you watch the movie, you have a lot of clips of yourself when you were younger and stuff like that. You have pictures of yourself, and you definitely look like, you know, you was thugging it there for a minute. I'm seeing you throwing up, you know what I mean? Like,
hey,
you was on your street shit for a minute.
Yeah, we had to be, man.
And you was a big boy doing that.
Yeah, big boy. You know that, but you know what though, Jamar, that my whole goal, man, was to try to get out of there and do something, you know what I'm saying, better. Although I did live that life, man, glorified it, loved it, you know. I had partners, you know. I was always an artist, bro, and that was always the thing that I focused on, man. It was like hoop was cool. It opened up some doors, but I was a real artist, man. And I suppressed my art because it wasn't cool to be out singing, you know, back then. You know what I'm saying? So I was doing other things, man. So, but I'm glad that I'm doing what I'm doing now, man. And like I said,
so hang on. When it's not cool to be out singing,
yeah,
are you still secretly cultivating your singing voice?
Oh yeah,
right.
Every day.
Right. How do you do that? Is it just in the shower or more than the shower?
To be honest with you, it's all the time, bro. You know what I mean? And I sang in front of my partners, you know, it was cool amongst them, you know.
Right.
But yeah, man, all the time. And it's like that still.
Okay. Continue. I was just just curious.
Yeah. So, you know, after hoops, you know, I got married, man. And I was married for 14 years, man, you know, 2 children out of that marriage. And as of, 2018, that it dissolved, you know, and then it's kind of like sent me into a downward spiral, man, if you will. And, you know, there was 3 things that got me out of that, man. Obviously, the most high was the power. But, you know, I had some partners who loved on me, man, like I had never experienced before, you know, from some men, you know, and music and my children. Those 3 things are what give you Black Daddy, because I never seen black men on screen the way that I was, you know, loved on through that process of my marriage, you know, dissolving. And I said, man, I gotta show brothers like y'all, I gotta show y'all on screen, because we can't just be the athlete, the comedic relief, or the ultra violent man. You know, that's how we're portrayed on any screen. And so that's how I came up with Black Daddy, man. I said, I'm gonna show you brothers, man.
And I think it was really dope to show, you know, that relationship that you had amongst these group of brothers, that you all have with each other. And like, as you looking at each brother and analyzing, it's like you could tell each one of these guys got some sort of consciousness, but at the same time, you feel like you can see that each one of them has been through some shit too, that these ain't just no like regular, like just some soft, just regular schmegular dudes. Like, these dudes is got some substance to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, some real brothers.
And just the way that y'all were vulnerable enough to just show y'all's relationship to the world, and just how y'all just struggle with trying to be men out here in this world, I think is definitely an admirable thing. Yeah. So what even gave you the idea to do something like this? I mean, you make music, you make albums and shit like that. What made you even feel like you can, undertake something like this? Did you
Well,
study film or some shit like that?
Well, being an artist, I always did music videos. I came up with a lot of treatments for my videos. My cousin came up with some. My cousin's a filmmaker, Kevin Taylor, KT. I always watched him as a kid. So, just kind of hanging out behind the scenes. But, 2020, we all know what happened to 2020, right? That's when it hit the fan. And I think as an artist, we were all like, dang, we don't got no shows, wasn't nothing really popping. I mean, that's when the Godcast really started popping, right? Right around that time. So I was like, well, what can I do to keep the ball moving? So I stayed sharp. So I had some partners who had cameras. They were filmmakers. I went to my boy Salvatore Fulmore and Darius Riley and Leilani Lay, and I said, man, I want to make a film. Is y'all coming outside or not? And they was like, let's do it. And we got to work. During that time, everybody was inside though, man, pretty much.
Wow.
It was shelter in place for sure during the making of this film.
So how was that? I mean, was it, what kind of challenges did that present for you doing it?
I mean, at first it was challenging, casting it, because I do got a lot of partners, and, just asking men to be vulnerable. That was a challenge, bro, because whether we admit it or not, man, we talk about a whole bunch of other, BS, but we won't talk about like the matters of the heart, right? So just trying to get brothers on camera, that was a challenge. But, the brothers that you saw are really like my partners, man, especially in the music game. We make music together, a lot of us. And, they rose to the occasion. Other challenges were, we shot it guerrilla style, man. So, just being out with cameras in a time where people is already acting scary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was tough. And then, some things that were happening in the film that if people watch the film, they'll obviously see, but things that were happening in the film were hard too, that we couldn't, really write. We couldn't expect for, or, so that, we had challenges, man.
So what I thought was really dope about the film is how you intertwine all your art. You bring in your music. So it's like you have these small little almost videos inside of the movie. But each video correlates to something that's going on in the movie. And a lot of time each video has one of your partners in the video who you might have been just featuring, showing that these guys make you, and everybody's dope. Like everybody's dope. Like the songs are dope. Everybody's verses is dope. Like niggas got their own, everybody's style is dope. You know what I mean? The gear and all, like everything. Like, so just tell me about that part. Like, because it's not just a documentary. You know what I mean? Like, it got these vignettes, but it's not like you're not heavy-handed with it either, though. When these things come in, it's like it's not like, oh, here goes this guy trying to show me one. Right. It fits. It's supposed to be there at that point. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's how it feels.
Hey, Jamar, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I hate musicals, bro. Like, watching a movie that's a musical, because I'm like that. I'm like, here we go, man. You getting into the story, and then they just break out into a song. You gotta sit through it, man.
Why they breaking it out into the song? Nobody do that.
You feel me? So I'm like, man, this is a real opportunity to just like really show how swaggy we can get. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay, we're going to talk to these brothers who are artists as well. And I said, we're going to go back and we're going to create art behind what we're talking about, because one thing that we know about our people, this is a movie for our people, right? We know that we respond to music for sure. And I wanted to add that element because I'm a musician first, man. I'm not going to do anything without adding some music to it, period. You ask my kids, man, when I'm cooking, there's music or I'm singing. So I'm gonna do everything with music. So we got that popping, man. And it was everything that I envisioned, man. It came out beautiful.
Beautiful.
So the guys that you see in the film, Kev Choice, he's just this amazing MC, pianist. He's a classically trained pianist. He's an MC, a writer, composer. Then you got Kariga Bailey, who's just a dope MC, man. Who else we got in the film? We got Ryan Nicole, who you don't see in the film, but her music, I got a soundtrack for it too, bro. That's why I'm mentioning all these people.
Wow.
But the soundtrack is dropping February 17th.
Dope.
But everybody, man, is just super dope. And then Tommy Solati Shepherd, he's at the end when the credits roll. He's in a group called Alphabet Rockers, who I'm nominated with a Grammy for producing with them, man. So all of these cats are like solid in their craft. So it was no way we was gonna miss, man. You know what I mean? And you can't miss when you're trying to drive a message to your people that's actually going to impact the folks. You can't give them nothing that they're going to turn from, or try to skip through. So we had to really execute everything that we was, trying to do, man, musically.
Absolutely. In an age where it seems like everything is negative driven, everything is people feel like they're going to get numbers by doing some negative shit. Like you and your friends could have came together and made a movie where y'all just was punching each other in the face. And it's in the times that we live in that will get views. That would be intriguing to people. Why not do some negative shit? Like what made you even feel like I want to offer the people something that is useful. What made you want to do that?
Lived experiences, man. You know what I'm saying? You come from the same place I come from, bro. People in Chicago, people in, all over our country, man. You gotta be tired of the negativity. I feel like even if you in it, at some point you gotta be like, damn, I'm tired of this. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm offering that remedy, man. I'm offering where it starts. In this system that we live in, they destroyed the black family long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Long time ago, even through law, through slavery, through prison, systems. We've just been destroyed, man. And I'm trying to really rally the bros up, because if we operate in our godly kingdom order that we know we can, bro, we gonna change the game, bro. And we out here on some animalistic behaviors a lot of times, man, out of necessity. And then some of us just like it. We glorify it, right? But I'm offering something else, man. What I love about this film is it's kind of remnant of the 90s, man. Remember that energy in the early 90s, man, was like it had the people, the young people especially, feeling good about themselves, man, feeling proud, feeling, waking up. And then obviously we went back to sleep. But I wanted to offer something different, man. I'm tired of negativity, bro. That ain't the life I want to live. Even when I was younger, though, I came up in it and I even glorified it at times. But being a mature man and making music, I feel like my responsibility with my gift and my art is to share love, shine light, and give messages, man, that's going to be good for our people.
Facts.
And that ain't popular.
And that is definitely not popular. What'd you shoot this movie on?
Man,
what kind of camera?
The Canon, I always forget which Canon we shot it on. It was like a Mark III. We shot on an A7 III Sony. we shot on a GoPro 8, and then we also shot on my iPhone 6. Now my partners be riding me on that iPhone 6, but I shot like 2 or 3 scenes with that thing. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we shot with some decent cameras though, man. They were good cameras.
That's what's up. So people, listen, the description, the link for the movie is in the description right now. We're gonna have that up for y'all, so you can go check that out. That's it on the screen. It's on Vimeo, and y'all need to go support that. What are we charging? What's a light $20, something like that? Light $19?
That's a dub, you know.
Come on, man.
We spend a dub on nothing.
Right, on nothing. We could definitely spend a dub to support our brother in his undertakings. Beautiful family, beautiful children that you have.
Thank you, brother.
And they were definitely, you know, a big part of the film, you know.
They're a big part of me, man, you know. And I think any black man that I've ever spoken to, man, when you get down to his core, and his children is everything, man. You know, them seeds that come from his body is everything, man. So, you know, my children are represented, and just as well as anybody else's children that I know, they my children too, you know. And that's the vibe that we got to have for our community. That's the vibe that I envision for our community. It's just like, yo, your children is my children, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
It appears that you're in a schoolhouse right now.
Yeah.
Am I mistaken?
Nah, you're not mistaken.
What you doing in the school?
Man, living this thing every day. I'm in a K through a pre-K through 5. So, you know, I got everything from 3-year-olds running around here to 11, 12-year-olds, man. And it's about, our school is about 260, you know, so right in the middle of East Oakland.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So you really living it. You really about the seeds. You really about saving the babies.
Off top. Shout out to OAK.
What I love about this movie is that, yes, it helps to dispel the stereotype that black men are somehow these you know, irresponsible men who don't want to mess with their children, and they're just out here making all these seeds and not taking the responsibilities. Like, do you know how many, and I'm talking like thug, like gangster street dudes that have like symbolically adopted their girls' seeds and stuff like that, like have taken other men's children in and treated them like that's their own seed. Like dudes, you know what I mean? Thugs that you would, you know what I mean, think have no moral value. Yet these guys are taking in other men's children for whatever reason. You know, a lot of times some of these men can't be there, because they're locked up or they got murdered and stuff like that. It's not just because they don't want to be there, you know, willingly. Some of them are forced not to be in their child's life.
Come on.
And to see, you know, so many men, a whole group of men who are helping to dispel that myth. You even got the young man in the movie who, you know, he never really grew up with his father, but he knows his father because his father was locked up. But his father went out of his way to still, even though he couldn't be there, still make sure he was in communication and contact with his son. And son drops out a sack of letters and stuff from his dad and all that.
That's a bar.
So yeah, that's what I really love about this this film, because I know, you know, for whatever reason, and my pops is probably watching right now. You know what I mean? Like, because me and my pops, now that we've gotten older, we've definitely come closer together. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, you know, him and my mom's had a little thing going on, although they still stayed married the whole time, but he wasn't in the household like that. You know what I mean? They, you know, they couldn't do it like that. But that was always my pops. We always had mad respect for him and mad love. And now that I'm older, you see that, you know, shit can happen with the woman, and you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what the circumstances was. But all I know is, you know, he's one of my strongest supporters right now. Like, you know what I mean? He hits me with informational research. I get all these texts from my dad and shit, you know, like whenever we do a show, he'll then like give me statistics on what we was talking about to show and prove that what we was talking about is right and exact, no matter what the topic be. So shout out to my dad, man. And yeah, I just know me, man. I always been there. You know, even though my pops wasn't there, I said, okay, I'm gonna try to be there, you know what I mean, in the household and do my best. And you know what I mean?
That's it. That's all we can do, man.
Seeds, and you know, one relationship didn't work, but you know, it is.
That's the part I want. That's the part that makes you able to bond with your dad, man, because when you start having your own lived experiences, I'm talking about whatever we was tripping about with our parents, the dust start to settle, and you be like, oh,
right,
okay, this probably, I get it. I get it, pops, or I get it, moms. You know what I'm saying? You know, we start to understand. And me and my dad, same way, man. You know, me and my dad had a rocky relationship, man. Growing up, you know, for me, it was hard. He was a very real hard disciplinarian, man. So a lot of my youth, you know, it was funk, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, but when I got older, man, and I started having my own relationships and just experiencing the world for myself, man, I called my dad, man, and I said, hey, bro, I said, I appreciate you for everything you did. I appreciate you for saving me out them streets, because my dad came and got me, man. When I was getting too wild out there, he came and got me.
Right. Yeah, I remember that story in there, and that's deep. You know what I mean? Like, I remember having to chase down my son, you know what I mean? When he was out there wilding, like literally on some fucking Kojak detective work type of shit to find this motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I did it, you know, and it's just out of the love that we have for our children, and we definitely need a frame of reference, because that's very important to have. We need frame of reference so that people have something to go by. People have, there'll be a model out there that they can look at besides, you know, what's being fed to them in the mainstream media. You know what I mean? The mainstream dad, black dad, is not necessarily like the black dads you're showing in this film. You know, they're very stereotypical. They're very one-dimensional. Even when they try to make them positive, you know, they're still just, that ain't it.
Yeah, no, yeah. We definitely speaking the same language, man. And I felt like it was important. Like, even let's go back to the conversation about the brothers like you know, locked down, sitting down. I wanted to show the brothers that, it's no excuse. I'm like, look at this 15-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? His pop's been sitting down since he was 4. Since he was 4. But it never stopped him from tapping in with that boy. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm talking about giving him lessons too. So it's like, even brothers sitting down, you might feel like you can't reach your kid, man. But really, your kid wants you to reach out. You know what I'm saying? Even though your situation is what it is, he still wants you to reach out. Or he or she still needs you, you know? And so you can tap in, you know, and don't let nobody tell you, oh, you ain't no father because you sitting down, you can't do nothing for him. No, it's a lie, because that kid said, my dad gave me jewels that I use right now. and he been sitting down since I'm 4. So I wanted to make sure that I touch everything, man, because being a man is about accountability, right? We want to be accountable, and we want to talk to each other like that, man, so we can, you know, get stronger. And so I ain't want to leave my brothers that was, you know, sitting down out of the conversation either, because they very much still fathers, man. Regardless of what your situation is, you always gonna be that. And so, man, I wanted to just like really drive in some things, and especially we also talking about accountability from the sisters too. At some of these film festivals, man, I had women coming to me with tears in their eyes, like, I gotta do better, bro. Thank you for this, you know. And I'm just like, the conversation that I've been having with the sisters was one of the things that I did not account for. I didn't take into account of how it would affect our women. And they being accountable, man, off this film, man. The sister said, you know what? I've been holding my man back from going across state to see his kids because I'm insecure about me and seeing the woman, you know. She like, I gotta chill off that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take him to go see his kid. I'm just like, wow, that's what's up, sis. And I'm talking about this is in the lobby after the film over, tears in their eyes. Another woman came up to me. She said, you know, I'm out of pocket because I'm jealous of the relationship that my son got. I mean, my man got with his daughter. That ain't mine. She had to check herself. You know what I'm saying? It's like accountability, bro. We're going to get into it. We're going to tap into it. And if you really want to do better, man, you're going to get around some folks that ain't going to lie to you. They're going to keep it 100 and keep you accountable so we could be better. Present, all of that, man.
So let me ask you like one of these new age questions that, you know, if you went to another outlet, they might ask you.
All right.
Why black dads? What about white dads?
Listen, man, that's a real easy one.
Hey, what's all this about black dads? What about the white dads?
Hey, what about them? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but the honest to God truth is, man, you know what I'm saying? Be a father to your child, man. Come on, that's Ed OG and the Bulldogs, man. Be a father to your child, man. And but black dads, man, that's where I'm from. And I'm tired of the narrative, man, like you spoke about earlier. I'm tired of the narrative of y'all painting my brothers in this light. I'm talking about even the hood is the hood dudes, the OGs, the ones that wouldn't even let you play basketball on the court. You just had to watch. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about them guys, the drug dealer guys. If they saw something in you, man, they looked out, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like they
would do what's called put you under their wing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would put you under their wing. Or at the very least, they would do something that what we call in New York, maybe they call it other places, but they'd call it pull your coat. They call it pulling your coat. If they see you doing something that's out of pocket, come here, young blood, let me pull your coat. Yep. Let me fucking tell you how you're supposed to be moving because you ain't moving right. Like, and I don't think motherfuckers be doing shit like, and we used to respect it. It wasn't like if an old jack pulled your coat, you wasn't like, fuck you, old jack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this was somebody you respected. You was happy he was even talking to you type of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, wow, you know, OG pulled my, you know, he pulled my coat on some shit. He let me know. Da, 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 and then you pass it on. If you see a nigga doing what you got your coat pulled on, you let a nigga know, nah, I don't do that. If the OG told me that ain't how you supposed to be moving. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we lost a lot of that. I think
scared.
At some point,
people scared,
you know,
man.
The disrespect and the era of, you know, the parent, don't tell my child what to do and stay away from my, you know, all of that type of shit. Got to a point where there was no more, you know, it takes a village type of mentality. It's just like, all right, everybody just figure it out for yourself. Man, nobody's getting put under the wing. And you know, and when you get put out under the wing, it was like, you know, it wasn't for no ulterior motives. These days, you know, a nigga will put you under the wing so you could fucking be a pedophile to you or some shit like that. Like, that's not what it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it was just giving back, man. They were giving back, and it's a lost art, man. I feel like a lot of the OGs and adults, man, they lazy or they afraid, man, of these young people when they still doing the same thing that we were doing. They was reaching out, they was crying out. It just look hella different now. You know what I'm saying? But we can't be afraid, man. These is our children, man. We can't be afraid of them, man. It's just about your delivery. You ain't about to walk up and grab on nobody like we used to get grabbed up on. Somebody could literally grab us up and holler at us on that level, and we had to respect it. You get shot doing that, but it's so you gotta watch your approach. But don't be scared of our youth, man. These are our babies, our future. They still want to be loved. They just asking for it in a different way. And you got to learn the language. You got to learn how to speak to them. If we speaking to them the right way, man, with respect, you know what I'm saying? 100% of them ain't going to listen, but a lot of them are, because I'm noticing that, man. I work with kids every day. It's just like you got to learn the language and tap in with them. We going to get them, man.
Right. Listen, when I started, first getting on the internet or whatever, and people started resonating with certain shit I said, like I was thinking that I was just talking for people from my era, really. You know what I mean? And then I'm walking around in the streets and I'm starting to have young kids coming up to me like, yo, we love you. Like, we love what you say on the internet. And I'm like, damn, like, and they only know me from that. They don't even know nothing about Brand Nubian. They ain't never seen no art, none of that shit. They just, yo, you the guy that be dropping that shit that we, and I'm just like, wow. And he's be 17, 18, 19. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. You know what I mean? That's something that I didn't anticipate, that I'd actually be, reaching the youth too, because I'm just trying to, speak the real because they're trying to silence people from my era. They're trying to silence the authentic ones, the ones that really know. They're trying to, cut our people off from their knowledge and wisdom, and so I'm not allowing that. No. I'm not allowing that. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not gonna happen, because the things that were used to actually control what we thought of, that's no more. You know what I'm saying? We got too much access to too much information now, man. And it's like, nah, you can't do it like that no more. So we got to take full advantage of the power that we have, man, to reach the people, and the things that you were doing, bro. Come on, man. If you play Don't Let It Get to Your Head, you know what I'm saying, for a young kid, man, like one of my students here, they gonna vibe out, bro.
Right.
They gonna vibe out and gonna get to it. But that's what y'all set out to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just the manifestation of it, man. We're not gonna lose this battle, bro. I know we're not. We're gonna be all right.
Said, peace, gods. He says, I'm tuned in from Nairobi. Dope conversations. I can relate. 100. Had a broken relationship with my old man. Went for 3+ years without talking, but we eventually did resolve things.
Come on.
That's what's up.
Shout
out to Maestro Fresh West. Maestro Fresh West in the house. Actually, he's getting ready to be a guest on our show very shortly. He has a dope ass cooking show that y'all need to know about. This is some more fucking, you know what I mean? Lord J discovers some dope shit and brings it to the people. Even, this is his presentation, but I'm saying I did the knowledge to the shit, and it's some dope shit. So yes, I'm in concurrence, and I'm ready to bring him up here so y'all can see what he's doing and y'all can follow that man. What's your social media and all of that? Where can people follow you?
They can follow me at Dame Drummer on all social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all of that, man.
At Dame Drummer.
At Dame Drummer, yep.
Now, I'm sorry I didn't get to the obvious, but let's talk about the name Dame Drummer. Oh, hang on. We got to stop. Hold the horses.
What's up?
The Godcast queen is in the house right now.
Divine Unique. Sheesh.
Iasia M.
Oh, Iasia. Woo.
Iasia M. Peace. She said, peace, Lord. Amazing show. My queen. You know, I was just thinking about, I said, I ain't seen Asia M in a minute. We love you, Queen. She always shows so much love. She's a gangster. She is a Godcast gangster when it comes to supporting the show. Thank you, Queen.
I see.
But shit, right on her heels is Divine Unique. Peace, God. He said, peace. I was in the store the other day and saw a youngin' about to buy a red Mountain Dew. Oh no. He had tattoos on his face, etc. That look. I showed him a pic of what red dye does. He said, thanks, and put it back. Don't be scared to talk to these youngins. Oh, man.
Come on, man. Shout out.
Great job, Divine Unique. See, here's the thing. All of that soda and shit is bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it's blue, if it's white, if it's brown. All of that shit is not good. But definitely some red shit. Come on. They're kind of trying to tell you something with the color. But thank you, Divine Unique. Thank you, Asia M. Much love always. So what I wanted to ask you was about drumming. Your name is Dame Drummer. And one of the first images you see in the film of your son is him sitting down at a drum set. So tell me about you as a drummer. Tell me about drumming. When did you learn to drum, and how has that influenced you as a musician? Is that your main instrument? Although I believe you played more than just the drums. Yes.
Yeah, that's my main instrument, man. That was the one I got downloaded with when I came here to this planet, bro. I can't remember nothing else, man. Been playing since I was a baby. And so my son, you see, he got it honest, man. He's in
So you
art
was playing
school.
since a baby. How did you have who had the drum set?
I had it at first when I was a kid. I was playing my grandmother's pots and pans. Like I had a whole little setup, bro. Because I used to watch
See,
Fat
I
Albert.
used to do shit like that. I used to fuck with the pots and pans.
Yeah. I watched Fat Albert, so I built me a drum set out of pots.
Right. Fat Albert made you believe that you could make instruments just out of some shit around. Yeah.
So I had it popping. And my grandmother got tired of cleaning up after me, because I take that stuff out, man. I remember being a baby, man, like a toddler, like 2, taking them out because they was up under the kitchen sink. I pull them all out, set my setup, pop, pop, pop. And then after she had enough, she put them back, and I go right back, snatch them back out. And so then they bought me like this little Muppets, Jim Henson Muppet drum set. I tore that up in a month because it was cheap. Tore it up in a month. And so I think this time I was 4. And on my 5th birthday, man, they took me to this warehouse in downtown Cleveland, and we walk in this warehouse. And as I remember, it's probably not actual, but as I remember it, we walked through this door, and it was a light shining down. It was a drum set up already in the middle of the floor, and it was a light shining down on it. And they was like, "That's yours. Go try it." And then after that, it was popping. It was on.
You said it was they had a light shining down on it, like
That's what it felt like. That's
what it felt like. Oh shit, I got me some drums,
man. And then check this out. I had a drum teacher. I was taking lessons. About 6 weeks into my lessons, his girlfriend stabbed him to death.
What?
Yeah. His name.
What in the hood drum teacher is going on?
Stabbed him to death. You know what I'm saying?
What? Where was that? Where was this?
This is in Cleveland, man. It's I remember they told me too. They told me exactly what happened. I was 6. You know what I'm saying? At that time.
It said, "Sit down, baby. We got something to tell you."
Yeah, say you ain't taking
no more drum lessons.
No more.
Why? Your drum teacher got stabbed to death today.
That's exactly how it went down. And then my dad walked up in the attic and he said, "Here, play these." And I had a little record player, and in his hand was Purple Rain and Thriller. So I learned how to play drums off those 2 albums. I taught myself and I just emulated and played all those beats verbatim.
Mm.
And then I just kept doing that, man. I learned how to listen to music and play what I could hear, you know. And I didn't take drum lessons again until I was in my 20s or 30s when I started taking drum lessons again.
Wow.
Yep.
So who are some of your favorite drummers? Who do you like? Whose style do you try to like fuck with?
That's interesting, man. I listened to a lot of Phil Collins, man, when I was a kid, man. I listened to Dennis Chambers, but I could never like get down what he was doing. I could never do it. Like the coordination, it wasn't hitting for me, you know what I'm saying? But I was a big fan. So I would just learn how to play the pocket, man. Like Clyde Stubblefield, like I love the way he played, you know what I'm saying? The James Brown break beats was just insane to me. So I would lock in with those grooves, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then as things just got modern, you know, drummers like, you know, Chris Dave just kind of like gave me like a different way of approaching the drums. And then Questlove, he has an unfailing pocket. And
I was gonna ask you about Questlove.
Questo got an unfailing pocket, and when you hear it on the record, you know it's him. You know what I'm saying? And what all these guys taught me, especially like Quest, was pocket pay the bills. And so I got a lot of I got a lot of gigs and toured a lot of places all over the world by just holding that groove down, man. I didn't have to have fireworks like Dennis Chambers, who I just couldn't figure out. You know what I'm saying? I found my own style and just laid in that pocket, and it took me everywhere.
Have you ever can you play like jazz drums? Like somebody like a Elvin Jones?
Oh yeah. Billy Cobham. And you know, I can play jazz.
You could play jazz, yeah. Because that shit seems hard to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the fuck they're listening to sometimes. Like, it's just shit but it just all comes together like this shit crazy.
You listening to 3 to 5, 6, 7 people's lives at the same time.
Right.
Because it's the ultimate form of expression. Like, ain't nobody telling you, hey man, chill out and hold down the pop. No, it's like, yo, I'm gonna say something, you gonna say something, we gonna say something together, and we just gonna go crazy. We gonna let it all out. That's jazz, bro.
Crazy, man.
But it's all together though. You feel me? So
such a big respect for the drummer. Because I too, when I was a kid, what up, Celeb Niels? I see you. You know, I did the pots and pans and all of that. And I think I complained for a drum set. I wanted a drum set. And then I think my grandmother had got me like a cheap drum set, like the one you tore up. And I think I tore up that drum set, but I knew that it was unrealistic for me to get anything beyond that. You know what I mean? Because the one that I tore up seemed kind of expensive. You know what I mean? Like, so to go to an actual like music store, it just seemed like, nah, this shit is out of I can't even, you know what I mean? I didn't feel right asking for some shit like that, to be honest. Like, when I was young like that, like it just seemed like way out of touch. Like that was something. And I didn't really have nowhere to put it like that.
Yeah.
Like my white friends had basements and shit. I lived in an apartment, you know what I mean? So like I had a white friend who had a pair of drums in his basement. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, I ain't got no fucking basement. Where am I going to put this shit at? You know what I mean? And I got next door neighbors that's already complaining about me and my brothers making all this fucking noise. How I'm going to be practicing drums and shit in the fucking crib and shit.
Bro, I had that drum set till I was about 20-something. Because, I mean, that's how legit it was. They bought me a legit drum set. You know what I'm saying? So it was a Ludwig set. So it held up until I was,
now, how much do you think they spent on that? Like $500 maybe.
They had to, easy.
Right. $500, bro. I got 2 other brothers, you know what I mean? Like, that was yeah. We ain't had no money like that to be spending on no fucking drums. Shit.
Hey, they anteed up though. They anteed up. My grandma told me they took a collection though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they GoFunded me. They did a GoFundMe.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. But I ended up getting back into the drums when it came to drum programming. You know.
Sir.
So now when I make beats, you know, definitely the drums is one of the things that I'm nice on inside the drum machine. You know what I mean? I can't necessarily pick up some drums and have that coordination to do like the kick with the hi-hat. It just, yo, that shit just seems so, it's definitely a fucking talent. That's all I can say.
So was y'all making beats on the SP 1200?
Yes.
You damn right.
Yes, that's one of the first things we was doing. But the first one that I really was hands-on with was the MPC 60.
The 60, the one knob with the one knob.
MPC 60, and now it's the MPC X.
The X, right?
This is my baby.
That 2000 changed the game, though.
Yeah. Although I never got the 2000, I had the 3000.
The 3000, yeah.
And then I had the 2500. The 2500, that was dope too.
I heard the X is like all of them, though, right? It's like you can emulate any one of them.
I believe so. Yeah. Like there's still shit that I'm learning on this shit because I'm, you know, I haven't had it all that long. But yeah, it feels great. It's yeah, this shit's dope.
You know, I actually my drumming, the way that I play, the swing of the MPC 2000. I don't know if it was the 2000 or 2000 XL, but the swing, that swing knob was just amazing. And I don't think none of the other ones quite sound like that one, man. But the way you could swing that drum or that kick or the snare just a little bit, and to give that slump feel, that's how I learned how to really find a vibe in playing. It's all, man. It's all amazing, man. When you can get your ideas out rhythmically on the machines, though, bro.
Now you're a vocalist, you're a songwriter, you're a rapper, right? That's fair to say you're all those things, yes?
I think it's fair to say that.
So tell me a little bit of your influences of each one, like, because I hear some influences when I hear you're singing, especially a song like Get What You Gave. You know, I'm hearing like a Prince influence on that. Maybe
off top.
Okay.
Off top.
But so yeah, who are some of your influences when it comes to singing, rapping, songwriting, all of that?
So look, my little blurb say if K. D'Angelo and Prince was in an epic child custody battle with Sade, and Prince was the presiding judge, and Lauryn Hill was playing in the courtyard in the court lobby. That's what my music would sound like. That's what it would sound like. But I really pulled so much from Prince, man, because I was playing them records all the time, man. You know, learn how to play drums. Stevie Wonder, man, was the most incredible songwriter to me when I was a kid. I just fell in love with the way he writes.
Oh, come on, Asia. Goodness gracious.
And Sade, oh yeah, big love. Sade, her voice, man, when I heard that, her voice, I said, man, she sound like an angel, man. And what I learned was you don't have to be a vocal acrobat. Just hit the notes. You know what I'm saying? Find the tone and hit the notes. So it was basically like Prince and Sade, I think, is who I found my tone in, you know? Because Prince was very dynamic. He can hit you with the falsetto and he can hit you with everything else.
That's absolutely facts. And so rapping wise, you see yourself in that. Someone like a K Dot is an inspiration to you.
I mean, he's the inspiration, but I know by no means, man, do I put myself in the same room as K Dot, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I love 3 Stacks. Like K Dot and 3 Stacks are pretty much like artistically. I love what those guys are doing. Now, I came up listening to the golden age of hip hop, man. So I got so many influences. Chuck D, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, NWA, I listen to them a lot. DOC, and I'll talk about him a little bit later, man. But let me see. Everybody, man. Run DMC, bro, Kane, Cool G, Nas, you know what I'm saying? Pac. I mean, man, so many people was so many influences, man. I can't name them all. I just really felt like we grew up in a time where music was really pure. People were having fun, man. They were expressing themselves, man. And I absorbed a lot of that, man. I wish I could name them everybody, but you know, you get what I'm saying, though. It was dope.
Kenny Mack said, "Sade, my wife."
No, she ain't, bro. No, she ain't.
He said, "No, she ain't. Don't be blaspheming like that.
That's my wife.
Don't be talking about my woman like that." There I go again. I gotta prove my love every night. I have to prove my love.
Got to fight.
I got to fight for my love.
That's wild.
Yo, Asia M. Damn, you crazy. We love you, love you, love you. Goodness gracious. She's a gangster.
I see. That's big love.
Man,
for sure.
She put her money where her mouth is.
That's what
we
she's
love her
supposed to
for
do.
that. Because we're independent people. Hello.
Man.
We don't have the fucking corporate establishment behind us. Hello. You know what I mean? They're not gonna want to do shows like this on Black Daddies. You know what I mean?
Nah.
They're trying to convince you that black men can be the mother. That's what they want you to believe in. That a man can have a child. And I'm a bad guy if I say that that's absurd.
You dare not say that.
I dare not say that. Like, come on. So yeah, thank you so much. Because this allows us to keep doing what we need to do. So you said you was going to talk about the DOC. Tell me about the DOC. What's your connection with the DOC and how you going to connect me with the DOC and what's up with the DOC? Because I fucks with the diggy doc, y'all.
Man, no one can do it better, bro. What an influence, man. He was a game changer, bro. He was a game changer, and it was just so, I would just say, heartbreaking, man, for music lovers, man. You know, to not see him follow that No One Can Do It Better album up, bro. Because, I mean, listen, I think your favorite rappers, he might be one of their favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a bar. Like, DOC was, people don't understand. After he was on the record writing "Fuck the Police," right? And then he came out with his album that didn't have one cuss word on it, not one. And I remember seeing that tape. I'm like, man, is something up with it? Because he don't have no parental advisory sticker on it. And put that thing in, man. And I'm like,
it was hard.
Man, bars after bars after bars. So, you know, long story short, man, it was Get What You Gave. That song, he saw that song, man. And you know, he commented something like he said crazy, one word, and I just said thank you, you know. And then he checked back in with me. He said, man, that song is ballsy, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said that's a great song. He said, you got to hook me up with one of those. I'm like, say less. So he calls me, man, and you know, we start, you know, talking. And he tells me about this movement, man, and this documentary that he has coming out, man. It's called The Doc. And it's getting ready to drop second quarter, man, springtime. And it's about, you know, his life leading up to that record, the accident, and everything after that. You know what I'm saying? The Chronic, Snoop, you know, how monumental and influential he was in this industry, man, and still and respected. And, you know, we just got to talking. He said, man, I like what you're doing. I want to pull you in on something. And he shared something with me, shared a document with me, man. And it's incredible. And I told him I was coming on the show. I said, Doc, you know, anything you want me to let the people know? He just said, let them know we finna change the game. You understand what I'm saying?
In what kind of way?
Man, DOC is all about positivity, man. You know, he's an extremely humble man, honest man. And those are like my kind of men, man. I just like honest people, man, you know, and he's a straightforward dude. So our conversations, man, have been really geared towards doing something positive, man, for our communities, man. And so he's bringing me in on that. I did some work for him, and he loves it, and he's, you know, he's really excited about working with me as I am as him. It's like, bro, the DOC, I'm like, what are you even doing calling me, bro? You feel what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing, man. And he's really about to put in some work, man. Some good work.
Well, you know, anything that's positive that adds on to the quality of life of our people, I'm all for it. I'm down to be a part of it and, you know, help in any way that I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rakim's another one. Rakim's another one that didn't curse in his raps, yet it was harder than hard.
Who gonna say it wasn't?
Right. You know, I've told people that I would love to start a conscious label. Like, I want to find some conscious people with bread and start a conscious label that specifically focuses on conscious artists, but talented artists. And in my conscious label world right now, one of the first people I would sign would be you. There's a brother named well, definitely my man 1159. He's also from Chicago. Well, no, you're from Cleveland. He's from Chicago.
Midwest.
A beast. Let's see, my man Sess Fifth. There's a sister. What's her name? Damn, I think it's Sabri the Goddess or some shit. Oh, I forget her name right now. But
she sing or she spit?
She spit.
All right.
You're the only really singer that, well, also my man Giovanni sing. He's kind of ill, but you a conscious singer. My man Giovanni, he's just a good singer. He's not necessarily on some conscious shit. But yeah, people like that, people like y'all got some shit that is on some next level shit, and it's the type of shit that our people need to hear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm telling y'all need to first of all get acquainted by just going and rent this movie on Vimeo. The link is in the description right now.
You can rent it. If you really want to support, buy it. Like, buy it because, you know, like Jamar said, you know, we independent artists, and you know, there's other work that we want to do. I want to write another movie. I've already started it. And the other thing is, you know, just trying to get out and do more work, you know. So a lot of artists is trying to do community work, you know what I'm saying? But they don't have people backing them, man. So I have this whole thing called Black Daddy the Experience, Jamar, where we do part film, part live performance. I got a band, and then we do the dialogue, we do the work afterwards. You know what I'm saying? We open up because, again, we respond to music. So once the heart is open from a live performance, it's like, yo, be vulnerable. What you really feeling? You know what I'm saying? What you really need to unpack right now so that you don't go home the same as you came in, so that you can go home and make your own impact in your family and in your community. That's what it's about, you know. So all those efforts, they need funding, man. And, you know, just because we're not on labels who just, you know, shoving the bag into our efforts, it's like we just got to go out here and get it, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you ready, man. I like your logo, everything. Like you just ready to go, man. Like you ready. Just the people just need to discover you. You know what I mean? Like they just need to discover you the way I discovered you, and they're going to see the same thing that I saw.
You're
So,
a real
yeah.
one though, bro. You're a real one. I mean, look, I done hit a lot of people DMs, bro. A lot. And they didn't respond.
Well,
You
the
reached
shit
back.
that you were sending though was very scary.
Yeah.
They might have enjoyed what you sent them privately, but they weren't ready to stand behind it publicly for fear of losing that imaginary bag.
Mm-hmm.
That bag that's not even being offered to them at that moment, but they think that if they do fuck with this, they might lose out on something, so they just don't do it. It's a self-censorship type of thing. Whereas me, I just heard a song that was freeing and liberating to my people, made full sense. And I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Let's post this shit. I want to see a white man hang from a tree. Swing.
Hey, come on.
That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, you know, so I wasn't scared. You know, that's my type of shit.
Nah, you put your
Like if
money
I
where your
could
mouth
sing,
is.
that's the type of song I would be singing. So
On top.
why wouldn't I post that? Why wouldn't I support that? I'm not scared. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these motherfuckers is really scared to stand behind their convictions, man. And again, we always need a frame of reference of what we want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you want to see, have the frame of reference of a solid motherfucker, then you got to be that. If nobody else is doing it, then you got to do it. If nobody else is making a movie that's putting black fatherhood in and upholding it and putting it on a pedestal, if nobody else is doing it, then you got to do it. And that's what you did. Because nobody else was doing it.
Yeah. You know, it's cliche as it's become cliche, but it's the hardest quote from Gandhi, period. You got to be the change you wish to see. I know you've heard it a million times, but it's real talk. If you want to see something, don't sit back and complain about it, because that's what we love to do. We love soundbiting. We love complaining, talking about what we would have did or could have, should have did, or what we gonna do and don't do nothing. Like, you got to bust a move, man. And if you put the work in and that work coming from a good place, it's go come back. It gotta finish. You know, but we got a lot of work to do though, man. So I'm definitely offline, man. We're gonna definitely tap in. I'm gonna get you plugged, bro, because I know you about this life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We're gonna plug in for real.
Well, shit. Anything else you'd like to touch on before we get out of here? Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, man. Just I definitely I shouted them out, but I definitely want to shout out everybody that has something to do with Black Daddy, the movie and the soundtrack, man. I mentioned Kev Choice, Mike Blankenship, the whole Black London crew, Howard Wiley, Ryan Nicole, Kariga Bailey.
Kariga Bailey, man, that's the Angel Dad, yes?
Yeah.
Man, let me just say, on some black man, being vulnerable type shit like that, his story definitely brought a tear to my eye. That's one of the, I mean, there's a lot of impactful stories in this, but that one right there, you can really see that one is really just touching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that one he really brought a tear to my eye, and my heart goes out to that brother, him and his wife. And, and it was joyous, the way you revealed at the end of the movie,
Yeah.
that was beautiful, I don't want to give away too much.
For sure.
Man, y'all go fucking see rent this movie, buy the fucking movie, stop fucking playing. You waste your money on bullshit all the time. There's fucking like 170 people in here. I need 170 people to fucking go check this movie. And trust me, after you watch it, you're gonna be like, damn, Lord Jamar was right again. He's right again. I'm not sending y'all no bullshit. I don't bring you no bullshit, send you somewhere and then you come back disappointed and all of that. I'm not going to tell you no lies. If I tell you something, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
And then we're going to come to y'all cities and we're going to go deeper.
Oh, come on.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Watch the film so that when we come, you know what I'm saying, we can talk about other things, you know? We're going to go deeper.
Can I finish? Come to New York and then Lord J could host the fucking event and
say less.
We get it popping like that.
Say less. We coming. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna handle all that, man. Just a couple more names, man. My Grand National bros, Monty Draper, Kevin Allen, Brookfield Deuce, Jane Hancock, Tommy Shepard, Kev Choice, Lanny Kelly, Devontae, Darius, Sal, Leilani, all these people, man, believed in me and believed in my vision, man. And Ryan Nicole, we all came together, man, and we did something beautiful. We really made something out of nothing. But actually, it was always something. We just didn't know what we had. We didn't know what our assignment was. So I hope that everybody go out and support this film. Watch it with your families. Watch it with people that you love and care about. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, y'all can get the messages and follow the kind of skeletons that we give y'all of things that you could do with your families and with your loved ones, you know, especially the brothers, man. Watch this film and then let me know what y'all think. We're going to come to y'all cities, man, and we're going to have a good time and we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to get our community strong again, man.
So that's what the thumbnail looks like when you go to Vimeo, you know, just in case you need a visual to see. Oh, I'm not sure what it looks like. There it is right there. Black Daddy, the movie. And when you pull up, that's what you're going to see. So you know you got the right joint and all of that. You pulled up to the right place.
Yo, Jamar, one more person, man, has been very integral in the post film era where we're at right now is my man AM1. He's actually in the chat. I'm seeing him.
Oh, okay. Yes, I've been seeing him all through the joint. What up, AM1?
Tap in with him because he's another brother, man. You know, in the media, that's a stand-up brother and is really about this movement, man. And he really been working with me since the movie has been done and out, man, to strategize on how we're gonna, you know, take this thing and get it out to the people, man. So that's another good brother. I think that your people should tap into as well, man. He has a YouTube channel, man. So, and also my merch director and she's in there, Glittery Flares. There's a lot of good people, man, that I rock with that's here supporting the show right now, man. And
glittery flares right there.
Glittery Flares, yeah. She helped me design my fragrance. So I got some smell goods. I'm gonna have to send you a package, bro.
What? You got smell goods?
I got 2 fragrances, one named after my grandmother and then one named after a song that I wrote called Triumph. Yep. I'm gonna have to send you a package, bro.
Please. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, text me your address. I'm gonna put something in the mail for you.
I will do that.
And your t-shirt size.
Is this on? It's on Vimeo, y'all. Go check it out. It's on Vimeo.
Vimeo on demand. Yeah.
Yo, I appreciate everyone that came through, everyone that dropped a super chat. Asia M, the fucking queen of this Godcast support thing out here. Divine Unique, everybody, thank you. Once again, I want y'all to follow this man on IG, Dame, or on all social network. Dame Drummer on all social network. The link for the film is in the description. I'm going to leave this episode up not gonna chop it up or anything like that. I'm just gonna leave it up, and then the description will just be there. You know what I mean? The link will just be there, ready to go. And yeah, man. So I hope mad people buy this, mad people check it out. Because this is the type of shit that we need to spread. This is the type of the type of artwork that's actually helpful to our psyche and to our, to our community, basically. And I thank you once again for doing what you do and continue to keep doing it. And I'm definitely here to support and help in any way that I can.
My brother, for sure, man. I'm gonna send you the record too, man, because it's that record has never been done before. Jamar, tell me the time where you've heard a record where the only content was about fatherhood, the whole thing.
Never.
And so I think that, people hearing that, obviously the conscious people, what I'm saying, they gonna mess with it, right? But I think that we're gonna reach a lot of people who it's not on their radar, because after you hear one or two and then you start to see yourself in that music and feel yourself in that music and see your situations in that music, yeah, it's gonna hit different. It's gonna mean something. It should.
Right.
If not, you might be too far gone. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. The way people consume music these days, they might consume one song here, another song here. They just might like these different songs, not even knowing that it's all part of one package.
That part.
You understand what I'm saying? And then once they realize, oh shit, there's a theme here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not a bunch of separate. This is all off the same shit. And this is about, oh, I see. Talking about Black fathers. I get it. Okay. And if they're not a hater, then they won't be like, well, what about white fathers?
Come on. Hey, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We've been waiting in line. We've been doing our part, man. It's like, yeah, we good, bro.
What about Asian fathers? What about? See, they always try to turn it to some other shit. What about fuck that? We focusing on what hasn't been focused on.
That's it.
Which is the Black father. The white father has been focused on since, look who's coming, what was this? The shows, all these shows back in the days. The Flintstones is about a white father. The Honeymooners is about a white father and shit like that. Like Leave It to Beaver, all of that shit was about white fathers and shit.
Who's the boss? Mr. Belvedere, everything.
Who's the boss? Man? Fucking Al Bundy, all of these niggas is white fathers.
Married
so
with
we well know about white fathers.
The Simpsons.
Yeah, the Simpsons.
We had to watch all that.
American Dad, all of that. White fathers.
All in the Family. Come on, Archie Bunker. Hey,
all we get is Cosby and Good Times and the Jeffersons. Come on.
We got Family Matters too. Carl Winslow.
Yeah, we had a few. We had a few, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, man.
We they're never gonna show the Black father in this kind of light, that he's being shown in, and these ain't no coon fathers either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, these are, from what I gather, all of y'all have some sort of consciousness, that's at play in your lives,
man,
and it shows.
A Black man who full of love and nurturing and who disciplined and who's smart and intelligent, he dangerous,
right?
Cause that mean he in control. You know what I'm saying? He locked in. That's a dangerous man.
And they want you to be out of control.
Nah, we ain't doing that, man. We gonna lock in, we're gonna dial in, and it's gonna take everybody doing it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna take no leader, it's gonna take everybody doing it. You gotta let that be trending. How about that?
Let that be trending. Well, brother, man, I thank you for coming through. This has been a great one. When you drop the album or something, let's, bring you back on or something. And yeah, let's keep it going, man. Just keep whatever you got going on. Just let me know. We help promote it.
That's a bet, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Real one.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dame Drummer. Thank you, brother.
My pleasure.
Peace, y'all. Man, that was great. Great vibes. Definitely go check that film. Black Daddy, the movie. Who's this? Italian Ice. 678 said, hey, Lord, had a 5% question. Could the 85% number and the 5% number change if you grew bigger and bigger? Thank you for your donation and your question. That's actually something that Shaheem, I think, had brought that up. Not too long ago, he hit me and he was like, if some of the 5% end up joining the 85, does that increase the number of the 85% and decrease the 5%? I mean, yeah, technically, but you got to understand a lot of these numbers are also symbolic. 85, the number 8 is build, destroy, and the number 5 is power, refinement. So it's saying that 85% are the ones that need to build their power, whereas the 5% are the ones, because power, refinement, power is the truth, and truth cleanses, truth refines. So the 5% are the ones that know the truth. You see the symbolism in that. Now, if the actual numbers go up and down, it's possible. But the symbology doesn't change necessarily. You know what I mean? So symbolically, no matter what the actual percentage are, symbolically, we're still going to be the 5% because we're the ones that know the truth. And the 85% are the ones that need to build on the truth. They need to, you know what I mean? They need to add on and get them some truth. And then the 10%, they still have knowledge of the cipher. So now 1 is knowledge, 0 is cipher. So they have knowledge, they know what's going on, but they're using that to be the bloodsuckers of the poor. But thank you for your question, and thank you for your donation. Italian Nice 678. Appreciate you. All right. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. We're going to be back on Friday, where we will be talking to Dr. Leonard Jeffries, I believe, as part of the Day of Black Excellence. As Happy presents the Day of Black Excellence, we're having interviews leading up to that. So Friday, we'll be back with my man, Taki Grant, pardon me. And we will have Leonard Jeffries here with us, Dr. Leonard Jeffries. That ought to be very informative, and I hope you will join us for that. Until then, y'all stay safe. Make sure you do the knowledge before you do the wisdom. I want to thank everybody for coming through. Thank everybody who's rewatching this at home. And I'm going to check y'all on Friday. Peace.